is our upcoming middleweight division. Vadim Tukov of Russia. He is undefeated with a record of check that.
16 wins.
Yeah, 16 wins. And no defeats with 7 knockouts. He's up against a Ghanaian, Sena Agbeko, who now makes his home in the U.S. He lives in Nashville, Tennessee. Take a look at the tail of the tape. Very little difference in terms of age, and very little difference in height, and as well as in reach. So this is going to be a very interesting fight. Agbeko is looking for vengeance because back in 2021 he lost a decision in Connecticut to a Russian, Vladimir Shishkin. So now he has a chance to go up against another Russian and avenge that loss. Can he do it? Will Tukov, with a record of 16-0 and 7 knockouts, remain undefeated after this one? Let's turn you over to our ring announcer, Bobby Mondihar.
I would like to call up on the ring IBA promoter Al Siesta, IBA supervisor Maxim Sertikovte, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighter coming into the ring, Sena Agbeko. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighter coming into the ring, Vadim Tukov. Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow. Welcome to the 50th anniversary of Thrilla in Manila. In coordination with International Boxing Association, Philippine Sports Commission, and Smart Araneta Coliseum. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is sanctioned by the IBA.PRO Intercontinental Middleweight title. IBA President, Mr. Umar Kremlev. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighter fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 159.1 pounds. He has a record of 29 wins, 4 losses, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Nashville, Tennessee, USA. Ladies and gentlemen, Sena Agbeko. Right across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 159.1 pounds. He has a record of 16 wins, no loss. 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Moscow, Russia. Ladies and gentlemen, Vadim Tukov. Judges at ringside, Virgilio Garcia, Elmo Coloma, and Gregorio Ortega. Third man in the ring, referee Elmer Castillas. 8 rounds of professional boxing.
Gentlemen, I want a clean and good fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Okay, touch gloves. Good luck. Back to your
We're set for our next bout. It's Tukov from Russia up against Agbeko, fighting out of the United States.
corner.
If you look at their ring records, you'd think that Agbeko, with a big advantage
box.
in experience, with 33 fights under his belt compared to 16 for Tukov. But you look at the amateur record of Tukov, he went 41-19 as an amateur before turning pro. So he's got a lot of experience as well, counting from his amateur experience from 2015 to 2020. Tukov going right to work. He is the reigning WBA international and gold middleweight champion. And what's at stake in this fight is the IBA Professional Intercontinental Middleweight Championship.
Another one of our featured fights here among the 13 bouts that we have prepared for each and every one of you.
Well, the betting is this fight will not go the distance. You look at the record of Agbeko with 23 knockouts and 29 wins. Tukov with 7 knockouts and 16 wins. And in Agbeko's last fight, he scored a scintillating first-round knockout over Pierre Williams. That was in November of last year in Sioux City, Nebraska.
As expected, a bit of a feeling round here for both. But pressing forward is Tukov.
And Tukov, everything starts with that left jab. Nice defense for Tukov as he bent down, forcing that miss from Agbeko. Right hand exploding, coming from Tukov.
Again, both fighters just trying to size each other up. Tukov a little bit with more of the aggressor as we enter the final minute of round number 1.
He's certainly the busier fighter. Agbeko's hardly throwing any punches. That time missing with a left hand. Tukov moving away from harm's way. Coming forward with 2 left jabs. And then the overhand right that was blocked by Agbeko. No meaningful connection from either fighter so far in this round. Trying that double left jab is Tukov.
10 seconds.
Drawing attention from Agbeko to anticipate the left jab so he can uncork and unload that right hand.
Very difficult to score that first round, Kenito.
Well, you'd have to give it to Tukov because of his busier stance, trying to draw the attention of Agbeko with that left hand so we can open up with his right. Agbeko's not even sitting down. And look at the way Tukov is sitting down. He's got his legs raised up high. What you notice about Agbeko is his impressive physique. He's ripped. I mean, look at the definition of his muscles and his abs. But here's a replay of what happened in the previous round. And that right hand connected. And a quick left hand in combination. So good movement on the part of Tukov this time. Throwing the right and immediately finding the opening to throw his left. You know, that's the mark of a good amateur fighter. In the Olympics, that's what they like to do. Score a lot of points with clean shots. But Tukov is throwing a lot of that left jab, but he's not finding the mark.
Higher.
So he's throwing that left jab, but he's not finding anything except air.
Is it maybe just to keep Agbeko at bay?
Maybe it's too distracting, yes. Because I think his ultimate goal is to unload that right hand. So he keeps throwing that left. It's not finding the mark. Now there's some foot movement on the part of Tukov. There's that right hand. That's what he wants to throw, that big right hand. Agbeko now beginning to unload.
Finally, everybody has been waiting for that one. Trying to stay busy.
Agbeko looking very dangerous, even if he hasn't been throwing too many punches so far. Look at his defense. Hands held high to cover his face, protect his upstairs.
Halfway through round number 2. Not as much action as compared to what we've seen in the previous matches.
Doing a good job of circling his opponent, making it difficult for Agbeko to find a standing target. Again, throwing that left jab. Some connecting, some not. But keeping Agbeko occupied. Here's Agbeko unloading that left hand.
That might have been his best connection, though it wasn't exactly the cleanest of shots.
Agbeko turned pro in 2011. While Tukov turned pro in 2020. Now note that even as Agbeko won his last fight by a first-round knockout, he had lost his 2 previous fights by knockout. This is a guy who likes to take chances. And Agbeko, to try to score a knockout himself, he'll leave himself open, which is the reason why he lost those 2 previous fights before his last win by knockout.
10 seconds.
But his record of 23 knockouts and 29 wins, that's impressive.
Time!
End of round number 2.
Again, you can see both these fighters still trying to get comfortable.
Just looking at Agbeko's record, when he turned pro, he raced to a 15-0 record. So he was undefeated in his first 15 fights. Then he lost that fight. His first loss was to a Russian, as we mentioned, which is why this is a little meaningful for him, because he's out for revenge. He lost to a Russian in his first loss in his career. Wants to be able to, oh, that was a big left hand that he scored. Saw that in the replay. And he struck Tukov straight on the face.
Seconds out. Corner.
And still, Agbeko refusing to sit on his stool, standing up.
Okay. Box.
We enter now round number 3.
And back to the left jab action coming from Tukov. And then circling away from the left hand of Agbeko. Agbeko a little more aggressive, a little busier to start this round. He hadn't been too active in the previous 3 rounds, Anthony. I'm surprised.
Stop! Break! Stop punching! Stop punching!
Maybe
Hey.
that connection that he
Look.
had late in round number 2
The big left hand.
has spurred him on here.
Break! Stop punching!
You can hear his corner telling him, you need to be able to fight. Just might have lost those first 2 rounds.
Oh,
He's not letting his hands go. And that's a factor. For Agbeko, he's got to earn the respect of Tukov. A big overhand right coming from Tukov. It might have stunned Agbeko. Agbeko scoring with the right hand in retaliation. Now Tukov again moving out. Tukov getting smacked
Stop punching! Break!
by the right hand.
Stop punching! Stop punching! Okay?
Back to the jab once again. It's Tukov. That has been his main weapon. Despite the fact that, as Kenito's
Break!
been mentioning,
Stop punching!
it really
Stop
hasn't been
punching.
connecting.
Okay.
Looks like Agbeko is going to time his assault now, anticipating that jab coming from Tukov. Once that jab comes in, Agbeko is going to try to move in to counter that jab.
Under 45 seconds here in the 3rd round.
Agbeko is just not active enough. He's throwing away a lot of those rounds. Missing that time was Agbeko.
Well, his corner has been telling him to be more active, and he hasn't. Misses there.
Break! Stop punching! Stop punching! Okay, last 10 seconds. Box! Time!
So far, a lot more action coming from Tukov. And he might have
Agbeko
just gotten that round.
You know, Anthony, I can't figure it out. I think Agbeko has raw power. I think it's very clear from his record that he has a high level of skills, but he's fighting very listlessly. And he's allowing Tukov to control the action all over the ring. Here he is on the attack, but very sporadic. His attacks have been very inconsistent and irregular. Here's Tukov. He got that punch coming from Agbeko. Agbeko almost connecting solidly with the right hand on the move. I'm sure his cornerman telling him, look, this is scheduled for 8. We're not going 10 rounds. You've got to make your move now. Round number 4. Will Agbeko finally break out?
Now he's trying to press the action a little bit more. That's a good sign.
And Tukov coming right back with those jabs. And this time finding the mark because Agbeko's coming closer. Once he comes closer, he'll be an easier target for the jabs that Tukov was missing earlier on.
And that stopped the forward progress here of Tukov.
But Agbeko is now fighting back a little more aggressively than previously. Tukov is so disciplined with that left jab. And now he pokes it straight to the midsection of Agbeko.
Now starting to become a little busier is Agbeko. He needs to really pick up the pace.
Tukov has scored with the right hand.
He gets tagged once again by a glancing right. Halfway gone here in round number 4.
Right uppercut throw there by Agbeko. Tukov trying to break down that defense of Agbeko. Now Agbeko's left hand is down. Tukov can catch him with the right hand. The left arm of Agbeko is down. He's not protecting his right side. Or rather his left side. Not protecting himself with the right hand of Tukov. Tukov very active, moving around.
Talking about activity, that's exactly what the corner of Agbeko wants him to do, but he's not.
Now he's being turned around by Tukov. Tukov is just circling around Agbeko, and Agbeko's just following his tracks. So instead of Agbeko initiating the action, he's being forced to fight defensively or reacting to the movements of Tukov. Instead of
Last 10
initiating.
seconds.
Final seconds here. Clearly the round here of Tukov.
And again, you see Agbeko walking listlessly back to his corner. It's as though he's not interested in this fight. He's got to show a little more intensity.
Looks like he can't pull the trigger, Kenito.
Well, that's what he needs to do.
Watch some of the action. Trying to go to the jab. And then the body is Sena Agbeko.
The right hand connecting that time for Tukov. But on his way back, Agbeko was able to throw a right hand. And that's a unique talent of a fighter. If you're stepping back and still you're able to throw and connect.
This is round number 5 of a scheduled 8.
And Tukov starting off again with that left jab. He's dictating the tempo with that jab.
Step back, step back.
Even if he's not throwing that right hand consistently, he's able to control the action with that left jab. And throw off Agbeko. Once more, the left jab.
But Sena looks like he's trying to be a little bit more aggressive here.
But the tactic of Tukov is of turning him around. Makes it difficult for Agbeko to square up and throw the punch that he wants.
Low blow, low blow.
That looked like a little bit of a low blow.
That's a warning.
Box!
Tukov says he's good to go. Doesn't need any seconds to rest.
Right hand scored by Tukov that time. That tactic of making your opponent turn around, that's something that Manny Pacquiao did so brilliantly. And not so brilliantly, actually, because he hasn't retired. He's still fighting. When you get your opponent to turn around, then you're able to find an angle for him to throw a shot at your opponent. And that's what Tukov is doing to Agbeko, which is the reason why Agbeko can't seem to get his offense on track consistently. He's being turned around. See, that's the point. Tukov is moving right and then left, and he's turning Agbeko around, so Agbeko doesn't have the foot position to throw a good punch.
Stop buzzing! Hey, hey, box!
Another solid round here for Vadim Tukov. It's not overpowering, but it's getting the job done.
Now, I haven't seen Tukov hurt Agbeko yet in this fight.
Well, like a good amateur, he's scoring, Kinito.
Yes, he is. He is scoring with that jab. And then follows it up with a right to the body. And then a left to the head. So it's an avalanche of blows. It's the volume punching of Tukov that's keeping him
Last 10
ahead.
seconds.
And that should be giving him a sizable lead here.
What makes Agbeko dangerous is that he has a one-punch knockout power. He showed that in his record. If he's able to unload and crack the whip with a big shot, then Tukov could go down. Agbeko, he's not winded at all. You can see that he's in superb physical condition. His body shows it. He's not even sitting down.
But the big question, Kinito, is why isn't he throwing more punches?
And why doesn't he seem interested to win this fight? That's the big question. I think he can show a lot more than what he's shown so far. I mean, with that kind of body,
Seconds up.
that's impressive.
Well,
if I
sometimes...
were Tukov, I'd be intimidated.
Well, sometimes, though, with those big muscles, what happens is you get fatigued early.
And missing badly was Agbeko that time. So we're in round number 6 now. We're scheduled for 8.
Yeah.
Crowd roar in reaction to what they're watching inside the ring. Agbeko's actually allowing Tukov to dictate. Look at the way
Stop punching! Stop punching!
moves around the ring,
Okay.
turning Agbeko around, taking away his offensive rhythm.
Looks like Agbeko is looking for, you know, an opening. But since that opening is not coming and presenting itself, he doesn't want to punch. But sometimes you've got to make those openings happen.
That's right, but he's being turned around, and Tukov is connecting.
Rick! Stop punching! Stop punching!
Right now, this is a great boxing lesson that Tukov is administering. The way this fight is playing out, Agbeko has no clue how to fight Tukov.
Well, he walked into that jab.
Stop
Now
punching!
he's starting
Stop
to
punching!
throw. And he connected. A minute remaining here in round number 6.
And once more, that left hand
Stop punching! Rick!
of Agbeko is down,
Okay. Walk.
leaving himself wide open for the right hand. Oh, that time an overhand right by Agbeko. That connected. But just one punch.
And he's not following it up.
Exactly. And I don't think you can take out Tukov with one punch. You need to wear him down.
It seemed like Agbeko was happy with the connection, and then he just stopped in his tracks.
Right. Here's Tukov again, making a punching bag out of his opponent. And you would think that with Agbeko's
Last 10
body,
seconds.
he would try to bully his way around the ring, but it's not happening. Agbeko now with both arms down.
He connected with the left there, though, to end that round. But that's the activity that his corner wants, but he's not giving it.
There's an ice pack here on his back, but he's not sitting down. It doesn't look like he needs to. He doesn't need to rest. While Tukov looking fresh. There's not a mark on his face. Boyish looking 31-year-old Tukov. That was right hand scored. Beautiful right hand scored by Agbeko, but not enough to bring down Tukov. Tukov on the run. Agbeko scoring, but not enough to win that round. His assaults have been sporadic. His connections have been very limited.
Let's see if he can pick up the pace here. He has not done so in the first 6 rounds.
Stop, stop, stop.
He has 2 more rounds to go. There's loose tape. You know, our cameramen are doing excellent work. They're showing these close-ups, and they give the viewers a clear sight of what's going on inside that ring. Great camera work.
Ready? Box.
Now back to the action. 30 seconds into this 7th round. And now being a little bit more active is Sena.
Can he do enough?
Stop punching, stop punching. Break.
First the tide. My feeling is the only way Agbeko could win is by a knockout. By the way, we were talking about the camera angles. Gotta tip our hat off to our director, Omar Santiago, one of the best in the business.
Break, break. Stop punching.
Put your feet under you. Put your feet under you. Right there, time that right hand. When he's throwing, time that right
2
hand.
left jabs from Tukov, and then the right hand. No retaliation, no counter, no answer from
Don't reach
Agbeko.
if it ain't there.
He's just standing there, Kenito, which is quite surprising.
I would think that he would roughhouse Tukov. Considering Tukov's amateur background, he's not used to roughhousing. Agbeko's not resorting to any kind of bullying tactics.
Press him with the jab, give him some face. Get your feet under you, get your feet under you. Get your feet under you. Right there.
Again, there's just no fight back whatsoever. There, he's finally fighting.
You don't like that right, son.
Missed badly with the right hand.
Swing your elbow.
But at least he's throwing, Kenito.
Where's that body right there, Sena? What's that hand grab?
Break, break. Stop punching.
I hate to use the word intimidated, but is he intimidated here by the presence of Tukov?
I don't know if it's jet lag, but as he flew in from the U.S., Tukov also had the same situation. He also flew in from Russia.
Correct.
Stop, 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 stop.
This is not the fight I expected out of Sena.
Tukov is just displaying masterclass at this stage. 10 seconds round
Holding.
sounded.
Back, break.
We're going to see the end of round number 7. Then one more round for Agbeko to show what he's got.
Time.
Looks like he's running on fumes at this stage, Kenito.
Yes. You're so right, Anthony. But still a very entertaining fight. And it's very rare on Philippine shores that you see a Russian going up against an American. Or rather, a Ghanaian who now makes his home in the U.S. There's Tukov. He is the reigning WBA international and gold middleweight champion. His last fight, he scored a 7th round TKO over Abdul Kakonov. Some slow-mo action from the previous round. Tukov penetrating that defense so easily with that left jab. You know, earlier in this fight we were mentioning, Anthony, how somehow Tukov
couldn't find the range with his left jab. He just kept on flicking away at his opponent, but wasn't landing. But he was able to adjust his distance, and then he started to connect consistently with the left jab.
Now there's the activity that everybody's been waiting for
But he's missing
from
badly.
Agbeko.
Missing badly. Just doesn't have his rhythm. Tukov took away his rhythm.
And now suddenly, looks like he might have caught his second wind somewhat. Talking about Agbeko.
Tukov can't be too careful. Agbeko has knockout power. And if Tukov tastes the fury of the punches of Agbeko, he might go down.
Step up.
A minute gone here in our final round.
Big right hand to the midsection of Tukov.
And it looked like Tukov felt that one, Benito.
I thought so too.
Let's go, don't worry about it. Let's go, Sena.
But Agbeko's not pressing the attack. It's still Tukov on top of the situation. Agbeko's not roughhousing, he's not bullying. He's throwing one punch at a time. No combinations, no follow-ups. Very listless performance. I don't think I gave him a single round in this fight.
Well, how can you give somebody who isn't punching any points? They were very few and far between. As we enter the final minute of round number 8.
Stop punching. Okay, ready? Walk.
Tukov is smiling away at his opponent.
Stop punching.
He's in complete control of this fight, and he knows it. Masterclass performance here by the Russian over the flustered Ganyan.
Final 30 seconds.
And Tukov continues to wail away at Agbeko.
This is supposed to be one of the more explosive of fights here in the middleweight division.
Last 10 seconds.
10-second clapper has sounded. It's going to be a walk in the park here for Tukov.
Stop.
The end of the fight. And they embrace Tukov, a clear winner in this fight. Tukov raising his arm.
Well, he knows he's won this fight. That's for certain. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors. We've got the Philippine Sports Commission, the International Boxing Association, and the Smart Araneta Coliseum. You're watching this coverage on PTV Sports Network as we bring back some of the action of round number 8.
Shot to the body by Agbeko. Shot to the head by Tukov. And then another shot to the body there by Agbeko. He just didn't do enough. For some reason,
The ratio was 5-1 in favor of Tukov.
that sequence you saw, the elbow of Agbeko hitting the chin of Tukov.
And IBA Supervisor Maxim Certicote to award this championship belt to the winner.
It looks like Sena Agbeko knows what the result is going to be.
You know, could be a case of ring rust. Maybe a little lot of boxing condition. Good physical shape, as you can see from his muscles and his physical specimen.
But his last fight was in November of 2024. That's almost a year ago. And maybe that long layoff might have affected his rhythm. Just couldn't get himself going in this fight. I'll turn you over now for the official verdict coming from our ring announcer, Bobby Manuel.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we have a winner. We go to the scorecards. Judge Ortega scored it 79-73. Judge Garcia scored it 78-74. Judge Coloma scored it 78-74. Winner by unanimous decision, IBA.PRO Intercontinental Middleweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen, Vadim Tukov. Tukov.
And Tukov has won this fight. I'm actually surprised that the scoring was a little close. I thought it was a walkaway. Now he wears the IBA.PRO belt. The Continental Championship belt of the IBA. Remember, Tukov had a very rich amateur record, rich history as an amateur. Fought from 2013 to 2020. Turned pro, actually 9 years after Agbeko made his professional debut. But displaying masterclass in boxing brilliantly and running away with that position.
All smiles for Vadim Tukov, and why not? He picks up the victory here.
He's got a nice boyish smile. He's going to be a crowd favorite wherever he fights. This is his first fight outside of Russia as a professional, but he has beaten several foreigners. He has beaten 2 South Africans, 1 Argentinian, Brian Chavez. He beat Joel Julio of Colombia. And now he's got Agbeko's scalp in his trophy room. A Ghanaian who lives in Nashville, Tennessee. Let's recap the fight that just ended.
This one was not expected to go the full route, but it did. From the very first round, the exceptional amateur, now turned pro, took the fight to Agbeko.
He led off with that left jab. That started the action. And then he used foot movement and the space around the ring to move away from Agbeko's attacks. And he completely dismantled the offensive flow of Agbeko. So Tukov, as we said, a very brilliant boxing performance. We expected this fight not to last a distance, as you mentioned, Anthony, because of the knockout records of both these fighters. But doing what he had to do to win this fight was Tukov, boxing brilliantly. This fight going 8 rounds, Tukov winning the IBA Intercontinental Middleweight Championship. This is round number 7.
You know, Kenito, Agbeko did have his moments, but again, just not enough action, just not enough activity.
Well, he would throw one punch at a time. Sometimes he would connect, but even if he did connect, he never really followed up any sort of advantage. His rhythm was off, his momentum was not there at all. And Tukov, look at that shot to the body. That was a big one, right to the chest of Tukov, but Agbeko just didn't follow up that advantage. And there he is, Tukov waving the Russian flag as he wins the IBA Intercontinental Middleweight Championship to add to his WBA, international, and gold middleweight titles.